They're the Conbini boys. They're the Conbini boys. They're the Conbini boys.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Oh, same old, Mike. You know, just bong hits and pizza over here. Day after day, that's it. What's going on with you over in Kurobe?
Wait a second, that's all that's going on with you these days? You're just smoking marijuana, eating pizza. I mean, that doesn't sound that bad, actually. That sounds like a pretty good, day by day.
Yeah, it's my retirement plan, Mike. You know, I'm gonna have a big old pizza oven in the backyard and a big old bong, and that's how I'll spend. Hoping 65 to. I'm not gonna live that long, probably. Maybe like 73. So that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, well, not bad. All right, well, as for me, Matt, so the last time we recorded about 2 weeks ago, I was well on my way to becoming the Elden Lord, Matt. I think I was telling you that I was working on a dexterity and an intelligence build. Matt, I got to tell you, I'm moving right along. I'm about 100 hours in.
What?
It's a huge game, yeah. And
How long
about 100 hours in.
It?
I've got it's about a month now, but I'm about level 130 now, and like I said, I've got my moon veil.
That sounds pretty high.
Pretty high. Oh yeah, pretty high. And I'm just dicing up some bosses these days. Things are going good. I think a couple more days I might be the Elden Lord, Matt.
And that's when it ends, when you become the Elden Lord.
Exactly. Yes. Right now, the shards of the Elden Ring were scattered throughout the.
Oh, I see.
The world, and I've collected the most of them.
Those.
I've been getting them. I've been getting powerful, and now I'm well on my way to, like I said, becoming the king of Elden Ring.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You're inspiring me here. Maybe tonight is bong hits in Far Cry 6. Who knows what adventures await? What a time to be alive, everybody. What a time to be alive. Okay. All right, Mike. As usual, we got a lot to talk about. A lot of ground to cover in the Conbini world. We got a couple big stories out this week. We're going to kick off with something. Actually, they're both out of 7-Eleven, Mike, and I got to tell you, I'm pretty pumped about both these campaigns, but especially the Choi Happy Sweets series, Mike. The Choi Happy Sweet series, it means a little bit of happiness. Choi Happy. But, Mike, as you can see, they are celebrating a very special time of year. It's cherry blossom season, Mike. It's fast approaching that 2 weeks where Japan goes in full bloom, and God almighty, Mike.
Yeah.
I can't even get past this first one. We're looking at a cherry blossom and peach spring jelly. Oh, yeah. And, Mike, this is a parfait. The shades of pink here are just stunning. This thing, you could hang this up at the Met, okay? Almost like a Monet kind of vibe going on. You got the pink on the bottom. You got some peach over there. I think I see a cherry floating in there. And then you got that pink jelly floating on top. A lot of textures, certainly a lot of nice flavors. But that's the full, gosh, Mike, we're looking at a chiffon cake. We got a dango parfait. We got sakura mochi.
Oh yeah.
We got I actually don't know what the grass mochi is. That what that is? Yes, I love it. But a lot of nice, very fancy looking high end sweets out of 7-Eleven. Almost sort of Uchi Cafe-esque.
Yes.
If I do say so myself. But this looks fantastic, Mike. I love all of it.
Yeah, me too. This is really exciting coming out of 7-Eleven. They're calling these the Seven Sweets. I don't remember if this is what they normally call their sweets or if this is a new sort of line. But yeah, it looks wonderful. I gotta say, Matt, all of these just look really great. And
Yeah.
we've been really critical in the past about the so-called sakura flavor, the cherry blossom flavor, which many
Yes.
times is just kind of a pinkish, sort of sweetish sort of flavor. It doesn't really, it's not remarkable in any way, but I have to say, Matt, these items here are, making me rethink that. I'm like, for example, this Sakura Anto, two types of dango parfait. I mean, the one we're looking at here. Are you kidding me? We've got these two little like rice sweet dangos on top. We have a layer of cream. We have a layer of zelly, warabi mochi zelly. We have I think there's some mousse in there, sakura flavored mousse. I mean, it just looks outstanding, and yeah, what a time, sakura season, cherry blossom season coming soon, and any of these would be a great choice for some cherry blossom viewing.
Absolutely, Mike. Everybody go check it out when it hits the shelves. This is just absolutely stunning.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And Matt, 7-Eleven. I mean, with a couple great campaigns this week.
Oh boy.
What we're looking at here, Matt, this is the Kyushu campaign. Kyushu means the sort of large island in the south of Japan that has a number of prefectures in it. It's the Kyushu. The Kyushu means like absorption. So this is the absorption of the Kyushu food series. And they're calling this, Matt, the 7-Eleven, travel trip feeling campaign. And Matt, we give a lot of criticism to 7-Eleven's website and their photography. But this is a beautiful campaign page they've got here. Matt, there's actually a little tab here you can see. There's the you can go to the Hyojungo, which is like the sort of like standard dialect of Japan, and then you can do the Kyushu dialect. So you click this and you go into standard dialect, but if you click this, you go into Kyushu dialect.
Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice little thing that they're doing here. So Kyushu is famous for a lot of different foods. One thing, though, Matt, is that tonkotsu ramen. I don't know if it originated in Kyushu. I think it might actually originate. Actually, I haven't checked this at all, but it's very well known for tonkotsu ramen, the thick sort of broth, pork bone broth ramen. Here we have the Tengai Ten produced Kumamoto garlic tonkotsu ramen. Looks outstanding. Here we have what is this? This is a pork donburi, the kakuni, so sort of a stewed and sweet flavored, long stewed chashu. This one, I don't know, both of us probably kind of like, hey, well, but this is the mentaiko French bread. As we scroll down here, some of these aren't so great, but then we have the black pork miso onigiri. And then we have a couple of other items down here. But, Matt, I have to say that Kyushu, I've only traveled there once, but I was a huge fan of the Kyushu cuisine, especially the ramen, but not just that. I think it's a great region for food in general in Japan, and this is just a really cool campaign that we've got here.
Totally agree, Mike. I've been lucky. I've been to Kyushu several times, and yeah, it's one of those places in Japan where Japan everywhere the food is great. In Kyushu, it's especially good, especially the ramen. Actually, if you go into Fukuoka, the main train station, there is a ramen stadium, I think they call it, or a ramen street, and they have maybe 10 of Kyushu's best ramen joints open up stalls in this location, so you can bounce around, try different kinds of ramen. I've been there several times. Actually, when we took people to Kyushu for travel, we would always take them to the ramen street. Always a big hit. Yeah, I think home runs all over the place except for the mentaiko baguette. Mike,
Yeah.
completely agree. Kyushu is famous for its mentaiko.
It's true.
But it's gross, so can't say anything nice about it,
I'm
unfortunately.
a fan. Yeah, well,
But,
I'm a fan, but yeah, not the
oh,
bread. Yeah,
you-
I like it on rice. I like some
On
mentaiko
rice.
on rice, but I'm not a French baguette mentaiko fan. So.
Yeah. Anywho,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, great looking campaign.
Yeah.
And yeah, kudos to 7-Eleven for animating some of their website in a tasteful
Look at
manner.
this. Yeah, beautiful. Yep, some hover effects and some, sort of like some
not
zooming in
great,
and out.
actually.
It's not, yeah, well, it's better than we've seen in recent years. So it's exciting to see.
All right, Mike, that wraps up the two main campaigns to cover this week. Now it's on to the Chicky Wars. Chicky Wars, of course, where we take a look at all the boneless chicky action happening across the convenience landscape. Mike, this first one out of Family Mart, I gotta say, this ain't new. This is the Toriten.
Yep.
I'm not sure why this is back on the website here. Toriten is just a little chicken tender. A little lighter batter on it. Saku saku, they say. But yeah, not really sure why it's being featured here this week.
No, I don't either. But I will say I like the Toriten. Like you said, the tempura chicken. You might think, hey, we talk about fried chicken all the time. This is a little bit different. Yeah, it's a thin, very thin sort of skin, lightly flash fried chicken. I will say the way to eat this is you get a thing of soba. This is how I would do it. You get a thing
okay.
of soba.
Yes.
You get that thing in the microwave for about 2 minutes, 30 seconds. They,
the
heat it up
Toriten
for
or
you.
the soba?
The soba. And
Okay. Yep.
then you buy maybe one or two of these guys, and then you set them on top of that steaming
Yep.
soba broth. Let it
Okay.
slowly dissipate, and that's how I'd have this. Because oh man, actually thinking about this right now, damn, it sounds good, but not a new item. And this is something maybe we're gonna have to talk to the executives over at the convenience stores. What is a new item? We got to talk about this. I think.
Yeah. So at some point, there's got to be some standards around this. Love the soba idea, though. That's a pro tip, everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have a new karaage kun. This is known flavor 240 or something like that. Mike, I'm pretty excited about this. This is the brown butter soy sauce flavor. Now, the way they is kogashi butter, so like maybe like burnt, so I guess brown butter. Brown butter is when you take butter and you cook it until it turns a little brown. It gives a nice nutty flavor. And I recently, Mike, I'm learning how to bake. I'm actually DMing with Joanne Chang on Instagram. No big deal, but she's a famous pastry chef here in Boston.
Wow. Oh my god.
And I just made her brown butter Rice Krispies treats, an outstanding product. But here we have brown butter soy sauce karaage kun. I think you're gonna get a nice, rich, dare I say it, umami flavor from this, even though nobody actually knows what that is.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, no, this sounds great. Butter soy sauce is a classic. You get that deep umami flavor of the butter with that soy sauce as well. And you just brown that butter up a little bit, and then like you said, it gives that extra sort of umami to it as well. I agree, Matt. I gotta say, I'm excited to see some new karaage-kun. It's been a while, I have to say. I hope they're not sort of like toning down the number of karaage-kun they're putting out, because it's one of our favorites. It's always exciting to see, and this is great one to see here in 2022.
Speaking of which, we haven't seen a poke chickie in God knows how long. I think they ran out of ammo.
I think
over at Family Mart. Yeah.
they might not exist anymore.
We originally said it, you
Yeah.
you can start this, but you're gonna have the resources to win this battle. Okay, all right, that wraps up the Chicky Wars this week, Mike. Just 2 new Chicky products, actually 1 new Chicky product, 2010, as we said, not so new.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's head over to the scoreboard.
All right, Matt. Well, yeah, we're heading over to the scoreboard, and I'm just going to hit you with the numbers that we've got this week. Family Mart, 37 items. Lawson, 40 items. 7-Eleven, 126. Mini Stop, 24. Daily Yamazaki, 8. Seiko Mart, 5. And New Days, 18. What do you think?
Mike, 7-Eleven, 126. That's a number. That's a number right there, even for 7-Eleven. I got to say, very impressive. Everybody else playing kind of right in their wheelhouse. Otherwise, scoreboard's looking healthy this week.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, Matt. Well, we are heading right over to our winners and losers this week. And, Matt, we're heading into your loser to start. So tell me what we're looking at.
Yeah, Mike, this is out of Lawson, and it's not a food product this week. This is a razor, for shaving.
Yeah,
but Mike, this razor is made out of paper.
Yeah,
this is a paper razor.
Yeah,
and Mike, I got enough problems when it comes to shaving. First, I have to not kill myself stepping on my wife's razor that inevitably loses suction on the wall and falls to the bottom of the bathtub, which I find by stepping on it. Okay, I got that problem. I got some mix of Harry's and Gillette, and I can't make these things attach to one another.
Yeah.
No modular common designs out there. And now Lawson wants me to shave with a paper razor. I shave in the shower. It's gonna wilt. What am I going to have? What am I going to be holding in my hand 15 seconds into my shave if it's made of paper? It's gonna wilt. I see. This is just totally useless. Totally useless.
Well, Matt, we're gonna have to enter into debate mode this week because my winner this week is none other than the paper razor out of Lawson. And Matt, let me just quickly enter my rebuttal. World first.
Because nobody ever wanted it.
Origami.
I missed
razor,
the origami
Matt.
part. That's kind of cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to make it.
Yeah. Origami. No, you don't have to make it. It's already made, but it's been origamied, Matt. 3 razors.
Which, how does that make
Mach
any
3.
sense?
Yeah, this is a Mach 3 paper razor, Matt. Look at that price, $152, Matt. What's a razor cost you? What do you get, a Mach 3, a Mach 5? What's that?
Well, you get a Mach 5. Listen, you got to take a loan out to get a Mach 5, especially with the Fed pumping interest rates right now. But, hey, I will say, Harry's and, they've changed the game. So razors are actually pretty cheap these days because companies came in and saw, you can make a ton of money by selling razors that are still expensive but cheaper than a Mach 5.
Yeah.
But, 152. But what are you getting? You're going to be like shaving with toilet paper 10 seconds in. There's nothing. This thing's going to wilt.
All right. Well, if you're shaving in the shower, I agree. This is not the razor for you. But if you're somebody who's standing at the sink, you're standing in front of the mirror, you're not in the shower, I'd say, hey, this is pretty nice because let's say you're going on a business trip and you think, hey, forgot my razor, my $5,000 razor, and so, I want to buy, I need a quick razor, and I don't want to be wasteful. The razor, the only important thing about the razor is that blade. Who cares what's attached to it? It could be some chopsticks for all I care. Make it paper. This is biodegradable. I just say, hey, think about the planet, Matt. And when you do, you think, hey, this is a pretty nice item right here.
Yeah, let's think about the planet while we turn off all of our nuclear power plants so we can burn more oil and coal. Yeah, this is what's gonna solve climate change. This paper razor.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, hey, each person can do what they can. All right, Matt. Well, hey, fair enough. I see your points. I hope you see my points. I think this is a winner. This is a loser to you. But either way, a very interesting item and a nice design. I think that cannot be denied, right?
I'll deny that. No, I think it's yeah. I don't even think it's a nice design. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Matt. Well, okay. So we've had our talk here.
Hold on.
Let's
Scroll in. There's a little drop of water there in the circle. What is it claiming there about water?
In the circle, it's saying 98% plastic.
Between the 1 day.
Oh, it's saying it's
blades.
bosoi, so it's resistant to water. So I think this is not some, you're not folding up like an A4, letter piece of single white paper, Matt. This is a strong paper. Remember, Japanese samurai. Matt, Japanese samurai, what was their armor made out of? It was made out of paper.
Was it
really?
With
lacquer. Yeah, it was lacquered paper.
All right. Well, if this is battlefield tested, I could be swayed here. That's an interesting point.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We'll have to use this, and I agree. If this thing's gonna fall apart and start to bend while you're raising, that's no good. I imagine this thing has some, strength to it. So it remains to be seen. It'll have to be tested. All right, Matt. Okay. Well, hey, enough of that. Let's head over to your loser, to my loser this week. Matt, we're heading over to my loser. Hey.
Oh boy, what is that?
I think this is one that we can agree on. Coming out of New Days, Matt, this is the butter tarako spaghetti. Okay, so what is tarako? We often talk about mentaiko, and mentaiko is just the spicy version of tarako. Tarako is just small little fish eggs, I like them on rice, but I don't really like. I especially don't like them on pasta, breads, etc. And Matt, what this is something that I just don't like in general, which is these wafu style pasta, Japanese style pasta. What this is, it's spaghetti. Sprinkled on top, you have little bits of seaweed, and then on top of that, almost a full eclipse here. I mean, this thing is a huge pool of tarako. This orangish sort of very goo of fish eggs, and on top of that, you got a nice slice. It looks like about a 1/4-inch slice of butter, sitting on the top there. Matt, again, I just don't really like the Japanese style pastas, as they call them, the wafu pastas, and we've talked about it many times. I just don't think mentaiko belongs on pasta. I think it belongs on rice, and that's it. So yeah, Matt. For me, this is my loser for the week.
Great choice, Mike. I feel like I'm looking into the eye of Sauron right now. This thing, it's just that pat of butter in the middle, that huge splash of tarako, and then some ghastly-looking pasta covered in... What is that? Is that hijiki or something?
I think it's seaweed. I think
nori.
It's nori. I think it's nori, yeah.
Sliced up nori. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mike. I'd struggle to get 2 bites down out of this. And because it's got that pat of butter, you know what that means? You're heating that up for a little while. So, that thing's going to come out steamy, hot pile of fish eggs there. By the way, a bit of a landmine for those unfamiliar with... the fish egg sauced up pasta, because you could easily mistake that for tomato sauce.
That's true. That is true.
You walk into a New Days here, especially you're in a train station convenience. You're probably hustling to your platform. Your whole brain's not there. You see orange sauce on pasta with a pat of butter. Pat of butter suggests kind of Western flavors. Mm-hmm. You might be thinking you're getting a nice big bowl of marinara and spaghetti. No. You're getting some salty fish eggs and seaweed. So definitely a landmine for those unfamiliar with unable to read Japanese.
Yeah, no doubt. Very good point on that. This is a dangerous item for the unknowing. All right, Matt. So finally, heading over to your winner this week, and what are we looking at, Matt? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Mike, I'm pretty excited about this particular product. 2021 was the year of the Pablo cheese tart. It still pops up every now and again. I'm hoping this year, 2022, is the year of Beard Papa. Beard Papa, Mike. I was not aware of this, but 7-Eleven is doing a whole shoe cream campaign around it right now.
Oh.
And what we're looking at here is a drinkable shoe cream. Yeah, think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Drinkable shoe cream. And we have, this is from Beard Papa, which is a confectionery that started in Japan. They have 250 locations all over the country, and they even have operations here in Boston. In Chinatown, there is apparently a Beard Papa. So I must go check it out. They claim to make the best shoe pastry, shoe cream in the world. And I gotta say, Mike,
What?
just look, yeah. Yes. Yeah, you
Okay.
got to look at this, Mike. I know you're a shoe cream maniac,
Yeah.
but you got to check out Beard Papa. In this case, we're looking at a drinkable shoe cream.
All right, Matt. First of all, I got to say, that's really exciting. It's in Boston. That's really cool. And I had no idea about Beard Papa. So I'm going to have to get to 7-Eleven and just get one of their standard shoe creams as well, if they're selling, which I assume they are.
They
All right,
are.
Matt. In general, these, drinkable sweets. I think we've seen drinkable ice cream.
Pablo cheese tart as well.
There was the drinkable
Pablo's cheese tart.
drinkable Pablo cheese tart. We saw a drinkable. Your winner at a couple months ago was another drinkable confection. Matt, I was skeptical at first at this, and I am still a little bit skeptical because I want to know what sort of consistency this is.
Yeah,
if this is just
sure.
cream, if this is just like Bavarian cream, or whatever, whatever they put in shoe cream,
Yeah.
just like in a liquid form, then hey, I'm all for it. But if this is like a milk sort of, watered down version of that,
sure.
I am a little bit skeptical. But I will say, Matt, very exciting. And I'm very happy to have learned about Beard Papa. Great icon, by the way. Like, this is wonderful, wonderful branding. Yeah, Matt. Okay, I'll give it to you. I'll say this is a winner, and we'll just have to go out and see what it's all about.
All right, Mike. That wraps up our winners and losers for the week. It's on to my favorite segment, At the Genba with Mike. The Genba, of course, the place where the action happens. Mike, you're in Japan. What do you got for us this week?
All right, Matt. Well, recently, as I think I told you before, Leo and I have a little bonding time each week. It's Friday night. We go to the Combini. He picks out an ice cream. It's like, we're finally bonding as a father and son. And he loves the Combini, He actually has been singing the Combini Boys song. I have to get it recorded, yeah. I mean, it's pretty cute, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So a lot of my time recently, I've been going to the Combini, and we get his ice cream. Oh, and another thing is whenever I say, like, we're going to the Combini, he, like, recites what we're going to get at the Combini, and he says, ice cream and beer and chicken. So he knows what it's all about. Ice cream, beer, and chicken. That's what we're getting. So that's mostly what I've been getting. I'm getting ice cream, beer, and chicken when we go. But, Matt, I was in Lawson the other day, and I came across an interesting item, Matt. And, this is sort of,
Oh, boy.
yeah, this is going back a little bit. But, Matt, what this is, and the name is what got me. Yeah, yeah. Maru de Marum pan mitai na shoe cream. So this is a shoe cream that is almost completely like a melon pan. And you can go back and see listen to Matt versus Melon Pan, one of my favorite episodes we ever did, where we debated whether Melon Pan is good or bad. Melon Pan is a really famous pastry or sort of bread. It's sweet on the outside. It has a nice like cookie crust on the outside. Inside, it's very soft. And Matt, this is what this was. It had that sort of like thick crust of the melon pan on the outside, but inside is a choux cream. It was the choux cream cream.
That looks fully loaded too.
Oh man, it was, and like I said, it was just outstanding. I'll give this a 5-star. I'm gonna have to say, this was for me. This for me was
star.
Yeah, this is a top of the line item. All right, 4.5. Maybe 5's a little pushing it a little bit. 4.5, really like great outer crust, really delicious inside filling. Just in general, just a really, really great item.
Mike, you said it. I'm not a fan of melon pan, but I gotta say, this looks damn good. And they packed this thing tight.
Oh, yeah.
That thing is stuffed to the rafters with cream, but it's got that nice choux. That's kind of interesting, actually, because the pâte de jus dough is quite airy and light. But then if you somehow achieve a cookie crust on top of that, that's actually pretty interesting. I wonder how technically they did that. But this looks outstanding.
Yeah. And actually, as we were talking, I was thinking, like, I feel like if this is what melon pan was, I feel like this is what melon pan should be. Like,
this is its greatest form. Yeah,
this is greatest form.
This is like it's at tier 4 of Maslow's hierarchy right now. Yeah, this is it has satori'd. That's going around. That's the lingo here in America right now. What's your satori?
Satori.
Yeah, satori. Yes.
Yeah, satori meaning enlightenment, I guess.
Enlightened.
Right? Like
yes. Achieved.
This would. Yeah, top satori of melon pan, if that's how you.
Yeah. All right. That wraps up this week's episode. Wow, covered a lot of ground as usual. As always, we want to thank our listeners, especially those who have bought us a chickie. Thank you big time to MH Bongo for 5 more chickies.
Thank you.
That brings him up to 15 total chickies. Wow. I'm just gonna read what he wrote on the Buy Me a Coffee app. I'm not a billionaire, so I can't buy a Lambo, but maybe 5 chickies comes close to a Lambo. Not really, but still appreciated. Sometimes when I'm driving home from the gym, I say to myself, "Damn, I wish there was a Japanese konbini on the way home." Yeah, you do, yes, but of course there isn't. Only old-fashioned American 7-Elevens where the hot dog has been going around on that roaster spit since 1968 or something like that. Hey, if the door's open, I will be in Japan later this year. Maybe I'll run into you. Take care, and thank you for your podcast and YouTube work. No, thank you, MH Bongo, for being such a great fan.
Yeah.
Other shout-outs. Oh, sorry.
And just totally true about the 7-Elevens. I'm sorry about that. You got to get back over and get back into konbini ASAP,
yeah. All right. Also, thanks to Carrie G. St. Michel, 20 chickies, holy moly. Professor H, Matt D, Antonio Wade, Crew Japan, Bobby Judo, and Anonymous. If you want to support the podcast, over to buymeacoffee.com/konbiniboys and buy us a chickie. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Please share, rate the podcast. If you want to see what we're talking about, check us out on YouTube, subscribe and like, and then follow the very stupid conversation on Twitter. Thanks, everybody. And Mike, I'll see ya at the konbini.
See you at the konbini, Matt.